Hey, I'm Lorelei, registered dietitian nutritionist. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to surprise Joe with some pancakes, and I'm going to show you how you can use leftover pumpkin or squash, thus pumpkin pancakes. So if you have leftover squash or pumpkin from roasting a squash or pumpkin, or maybe you just have canned pumpkin laying around and you don't know what to do with it, there are a bunch of things you can do with that. So you can do things like pumpkin bread or pumpkin muffins. I have an old video on my channel about how to make a really delicious pumpkin oat shake. You could even scoop some pumpkin onto some oatmeal while you're cooking it, and then of course add the pumpkin spices, because we all know pumpkin spice is a thing. But today I'm going to show you how you can use leftover pumpkin or squash to make pancakes. And today, since I'm actually using this in place of the egg that is in my usual pancake recipe, these pancakes are going to be vegan. Woohoo! These are buttermilk pancakes, so the very first thing I want to do is make the buttermilk. I don't have buttermilk. I don't think a lot of people keep buttermilk around their house, but you can really just make that yourself by adding a tablespoon of acid, which I'm going to use apple cider vinegar today, but you can also use regular white vinegar or you can use lemon juice. And I'm going to put that into my measuring cup. I'm going to want 1 cup of milk. So then I'm just going to fill the rest of the cup with milk. You can do this with soy milk or almond milk, so it doesn't have to be just milk that you use. This will work with a plant-based milk. And the reason you want to do this first is because you want to let it sit for about 5 minutes, and basically it's going to curdle whatever milk you have. The way this works is that we're also going to add baking soda to this batter, and when you mix an acid with a base, it reacts and then it produces carbon dioxide, which forms bubbles, which helps the pancakes to rise and be nice and light and fluffy when they cook. So now we're just going to put the ingredients together. Pancakes are actually pretty simple to make, and they can be pretty healthy. I'm going to use whole wheat flour. So this is 100% whole wheat flour. I'm just going for it. So this is going to be a whole grain breakfast, a whole grain pancake. So a cup of flour. And then we've got to add the agents that are going to help this to actually bake. A teaspoon of baking powder. This is another leavening agent, as it were. And we're going to use a half a teaspoon of baking soda. I sense a disturbance. What's coming here? What's happening? I'm gonna use a quarter teaspoon of salt.
Pancake.
Yeah, we're doing pancakes today. A surprise!
Pancake.
I don't think he was all that surprised. I think he's more interested in whatever character he is playing today.
Pancake Gnome.
Like, as in?
It's a gnome who eats pancakes. Pancake.
Perfect. We're making pumpkin pancakes. Quarter teaspoon of salt.
Pancake.
Now that you're here, do you want to help?
Pancake.
You just want to eat.
Pancake.
That's the only word that he says.
Pancake.
They're not done.
Pancake.
Joe has to go to work pretty soon, so these are quick, so hopefully they will be done in time for you.
Pancake.
Okay, this is making it faster for sure.
Pancake.
I guess he's happy about the pancakes, maybe not surprised. I am actually going to add a little sugar to this batter. You don't have to, but I think it'll be nice with the pumpkin because it's not going to be a real sweet batter, just to kind of brighten it up a bit. So I'm going to add a tablespoon of sugar, and then these are the dry ingredients. Oh, except for we also have to add the pumpkin pie spice because, yeah, it's just like this is what's going to really make these pumpkin pancakes. I mean, the pumpkin's going to be in there, but you're almost not going to taste it. But the pumpkin pie spice is what people go crazy for. This is a blend that I got from 360 Degree Flavor and Spice, which is a small local business in Geneva, Illinois. And I'm going to leave a link to this particular blend in the description for this video. If you need some spices, I recommend you check out this link. You can get to all of the other spices that they offer as well there. If you get your spices from a spice company as opposed to the grocery store, you can be assured that they have not sat on the shelf and been shipped multiple times. You have a chance of getting better quality in your spices. And if you're gonna feature a spice in a dish, you want it to be of the best quality you can get, right? So this is a blend. It's got cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, allspice, and cloves. I tend not to have all of those spices available, so sometimes I have some of them, but now I know I can get them all, and I'm gonna add a fair amount. I'm gonna put in a teaspoon. And then I'm gonna whisk together the dry ingredients before I add the wet ingredients. You can buy pre-mixed pancake mix, but it really is just this easy to mix your own pancake mix if you have some basic baking ingredients around. And then we're gonna add the liquid ingredients. I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of oil. Basically what an egg does in a pancake is it adds a little bit of moisture and it can bind things together a little bit, but we're gonna have a similar function with the pumpkin. You can also generally use applesauce in place of an egg, at least in pancakes, but often in other baked goods as well. And then, of course, the main liquid that we need is our almond milk / buttermilk. I used an unsweetened almond milk, which is what I keep around. If you're using sweetened almond milk, then don't bother to put sugar into your batter. If there's a fair amount of sugar in sweetened plant milks, but I think unsweetened is good enough for most purposes. And then we mix it all together. And you'll probably start to notice bubbles right away as some of the dry ingredients react with the wet ingredients, because we've got that acid in there and we've got some of the base in there. And that's what we want, is some bubbles. That's what's gonna help these pancakes to rise nicely. I know some people will let their batter sit before they actually start to bake, but I rarely have the patience for that. And I usually don't have any problem with my pancakes working just fine. You can taste this batter. There's nothing in here that can't be eaten, but let's just see. That's actually pretty good for a batter. That's not super sweet. You can taste the spice in there, which I love. Okay. To the stove! So that's where the magic all happens, is at the stove. So the pan on the stove is heating, and this is the way my mom always taught me to check and see if it is hot enough. Let's put a little water on there, and if it sizzles, then it should be hot enough. I'm using coconut oil today. You can use regular butter, you can use regular oil, it doesn't really matter, but something to kind of keep it from sticking a little bit. You can do big, huge pancakes. I tend to like to do small ones. You can certainly put stuff in these as well. So pumpkin pancakes would be good with things like pecans or coconut, chocolate chips, or maybe blueberries or sliced banana. So if you wanted to add any toppings, once the pancake is down in the pan, you can just put them on the uncooked side, and then when you flip them, that will get embedded into your pancake. This is a pretty thick batter. What I'm looking for are bubbles. And with a thick batter, it might not be a lot of bubbles, but when you see the pockets start to open up a little bit, then you know you can start to turn them because the heat has gotten through the pancake. Starting to see a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, and then they're nice and golden. Woohoo! And you may be able to see they've kind of puffed up because they're light and fluffy. Got to make sure Joe gets some pancakes before he has to work. I wonder if Joe will come back now that the pancakes are done.
Pancake.
Yeah, I don't know. You can't eat with that.
Pancake.
Airplane. Did it taste like pumpkin? This is what I live with on a daily basis.
Pancake.
You gonna eat them just like this?
Gloop, 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 gloop.
You're gonna pour water on them?
Gloop, gloop. Pancake.
Use your words.
Pancake.
Maybe I'll just eat them all.
Pancake.
You got your bite. Yes, you can, of course, put butter and syrup on these. They're a healthy pancake. Butter and syrup is not going to help their case in that direction, but they might taste good. So you could put like fruit on them. You could put a little yogurt on them. You could put peanut butter on them.
Pancake.
Oh my gosh.
Pancake. My pancake.
Oh no.
Pancake.
Now he's Gollum.
Pancake.
I don't know why I do these things. And now my pancakes are gone, but I'll make more. All hope this has been helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Leave it in the comment section. And hey, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks. Take care. I have to admit that adding a little bit of maple syrup does bring out the pumpkin spice flavor in these pancakes. Yum.
Pancake.
I'm sorry, you're frightening people away now.
Here we get pancakes.